All right, greetings and salutations, y'all. It's the 13th one. It's the Laughing Buddha. Often imitated, never duplicated. Marquez the greatest, man. So look, fellas, this is for you, but I know ladies, since they are nosy as hell, they're gonna come over here. So look, this brings me no pleasure, because this is a sign of just how fucked up our community is. But but it, but it's time for the scriptures to be dug into so that we could talk about it. Okay. Now this is regarding women, especially in the West. Okay. Now, fellas, this is for you, but it is regarding them. Okay. Especially for those that still want families and all of these sorts of things. So look, right now, once again, I don't take pleasure in this because I got two daughters and they're included in this. But it starts in Isaiah chapter 3, and this is verse 16. I'm just going to start there. And it states, moreover, the Lord says, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, proud, arrogant, shit, and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes. Don't they always want something? They always want something they ain't got. The grass is always greener on the other side. But just like George Wallace's joke is, no, it ain't. You ever turn it over, bitch? It's brown. It's dirt on the other side of grass. But I digress. It says, moreover, moreover, the Lord says, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go and making a tinkling with their feet. You know, all the anklets and shit. Therefore, the Most High will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion. Now, ain't that what's happening? Don't we have a lot of bald head bitches walking around? Ain't they wearing somebody else's hair? Huh? Hairline looking like they in the 50s? Of a nigga in his 50s, excuse me. You know, it's running from him and shit. It's just got a 5 head. Therefore, the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. In that day, the Lord will take away the bravery from their tinkling ornaments about their feet. Oh, yeah. And it's happening right now. They're being humble. They're being humble. Have you noticed how many women are homeless, sleeping in their cars and showing you on YouTube? I'm just saying, I take no pride in this, but this is what's happening. So, fellas, just prepare. In that day, the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet and their calls, their beauty, their anklets, and their lace, and their round tires like the moon, the chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, which is veils, the bonnets. Damn, look at that. Ain't that is prophetic. Ain't they walking around wearing bonnets like they cook in the kitchen? But they wear some chef shit to sleep in. They ain't nowhere near a kitchen. The bonnets and the ornaments of the legs and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, the rings and nose jewels. Now ain't they walking around with a bunch of nose piercings and shit? My daughter got one, like the cattle. I don't understand this one right here, but I digress. The rings and nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel, and the mantles and the wimples, the shawls and the crisping pins, the glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. You care about all these Birkin bags and Louis Vuitton and all this shit now. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be a stink. Ain't they starting to stink from all your sexual partners? You know? Woo! And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be stink, and instead of a girdle, a rent, a tear, is what that's saying. And instead of well set hair, baldness. And instead of a girdle for your stomach, it says stomacher or girding of sackcloth, and burning instead of beauty. Thy men shall fall by the sword, which niggas been doing, and thy mighty in the war, and her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. Chapter 4, verse 1. Isaiah chapter 4, verse 1. This is the one I want the fellas to take heed to and prepare. And in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own clothes. Only let us be called by thy name, to take away our reproach. Mm. Mm. So it's happening, fellas. I mean, it's happening right now, even though they don't really want to talk about it. Because look how many women nowadays is into threesomes, menage a trois, and orgies, and all this kind of shit. But especially the ones that do the threesomes, okay? If you can be in the same room and have sex with your man, you might as well make that your sister wife. So at least y'all are building something together. I don't understand this shit. And then women have always been okay with men dating other women because that's what attracts women. Women, just little side note, that's not attractive to men. If we see you with another man and you flirting with us, that's not attractive, bitch. That's attractive to you because in your mind, ooh, women do want him because you want to see other women with a man, and then that makes you want a man. Men, we don't want to see that, bitch. That's a horrible commercial. It's a horrible commercial, bitch. Because if you're doing that with him, what the fuck you gonna be doing with me? You're just community property is what you're selling. I belong to the community. Who the fuck wants used anything? I mean, ladies, you want new purses and red bottom shoes and Birkin bags? Do you want anything used? Shit, if your man came in there, oh yeah, shit, man, I got this deal off the street. It's used, but it's Louis Vuitton. You gonna look at him like he tripping. Now that's just that. For men, who wants to pay new car prices for used vehicles? And how many vehicles, and how many owners owned the vehicle prior to me? How many accidents did they have? You got to do this whole Carfax, which of course has been a joke for a long time. Not because we're insecure, bitch. What's the chances of me getting some longevity out of this vehicle? Is it going to be some unexpected problems while I'm on the road and shit? So, fellas, prepare for that. Because just because that's the case. Shit, Solomon had I think he had 30 wives and 300 concubines, and David had a couple of wives and shit, 1,000 concubines. So just because women are willing to be with a man that already has women in his life, that don't mean you gonna get one. If you don't have your purpose together, what are you doing? Where are you going? And if it's not about growing in elevation, then my suggestion is focus on that. Focus on self. What is it that would really make your life worthwhile to you and for you? Because if it's just about pussy, how shallow is that? And that's the thing that women think about whenever men talk about having multiple wives. You just want all this pussy. No, because realistically, if you're going to have more than one wife, that means you got to be prepared to die for 7 of them or 30, whatever your shit is, right? That's a responsibility. And so, you got to learn how to properly vet people. Her spirit together. But that can only take place if your head is together, and your spirit is together, and your purpose is in focus. See, this is mainly about men. I'm just talking about the accoutrement that comes with a man who has a direction in which that he's committed to in his life, whatever that is. If it's building a plumbing business, if it's being an engineer, if it's writing computer programs, if it's making music, if it's entertainment, be about it though. Be serious and be focused. because it's not about just all this fucking. Because fellas, your sperm is your own sperm. I'm not talking about sperm and I'm not gay, so let's don't start getting into these jokes. I'm talking about what's inside you, man. Your sperm is a superpower. It's life-giving, not just to women, to you, motherfucker. So keep it in you. Keep it in you. Cause it to rise up your spine and go to your brain and add some brain matter. Because every time we just lost some brain matter. Okay. I think they say that just a little bit of it is equal to a goddamn pint of blood, motherfucker. Can you imagine if it really was a pint of blood every time? You're like, goddamn, bitch. So I'm just saying, right? Focus on you. Use your sperm for yourself. It's a spiritual element, actually, in physical form, but just like we're spiritual beings, right? We're I don't want to get into all of that, but sex is more than just a physical act. Sperm is more than just the physical results of having an orgasm. And then if it's too hard for you to stop jacking off, masturbating, then you need to practice injaculating. You need to study that then. So at least you can keep it in. But with one woman in your life that's down for you, that's on your team. See, now don't abuse it, but also don't lie though. Don't lie. Don't lie. Be who you are. Right? And then I say don't even make the commitment. I'm not fuck nobody else. Cause you on planet Earth, the shit's been going on since biblical time. Even if it's your best intention, nigga, you're human. You might end up doing it, and then you're alive. So don't make that commitment. Just stay focused on being the quality dude that you are. Now, of course, that doesn't mean that sex is what your shit is about because you focused on your purpose. But I'm just saying it can never come back to bite you in the ass. Excuse me. Bite you in the ass. Now, also, something that can help with that is have a certain caliber of women that you will always fuck with. See, it can't be a liquor store 99-cent ass bitch. You know what I'm saying? I mean, unless that's you, right? But I'm saying it's like I said, if you've already got one that's in your corner, then the other one has to complement the team. Like, what does she bring? Does she speak another language that y'all don't speak? Is this bitch good at taxes? Is she already wealthy? You know what I mean? Like you got to figure it out for you. I mean, right? So then she's contributing to the whole, then it makes more sense. But if you're just out here fucking, I mean, come on, man. Because once again, just because it's going to happen the way the God's word says it's going to happen, just like all prophecies, that doesn't mean that you're guaranteed to even have one. When once again, when you got King Solomon's and David's out here, right? Kings who are exercising their visions and multiplying and growing their visions and things, right? Like I said, Solomon had like 70 wives and 300 concubines, and they were all cool with it because they was all living in the palace. So just make sure, man, that you are a good leader to yourself, for yourself, because you are a leader. The question is, where are you going? Have you plotted your course? And then stay focused on getting there. Ladies, my daughters, what you can do is make sure that you are unforgettable. Make sure that you are an asset to any man's life in which that you become a part of. Are you inspiring? Do you have a skill that he does not have that can complement him in what he's doing and where he's going? Are you compassionate? Are you considerate? Yeah, I mean, how are you an asset? And there's got to be more than just me. No, that's a liability, bitch. Okay. So fellas, it's mainly for us, but I know women gonna be looking, so I had to sprinkle some game for y'all too. My suggestion is work out. This is for both. Work out because that helps exercise discipline. Um, and then at least you can tell we at least meet there. Um, and then meditate. That'll help you spend time alone thinking. All right, because that'll help you refine what you deem important, what'll make your heart sing, and all that type of shit. So this is going longer than what I intended. Um, yeah, man. Woo. We living in some interesting times, and of course, the eclipse is coming up, April 8th, 2024. A whole lot of revealing is going to happen. So, fellas, my suggestion is prepare for this, and then with that, um, have some things in which that a woman can hit the ground running in order to assist you in where it is that you're going and what it is that you want to manifest. And just in closing, for me, any other woman that wants to become a part of my family, you got to chip. The entry fee is 25,000. Okay. Now we could work on the payment plan, but you got to at least come with 10 grand up front. What, nigga? Yeah, because at least I know you're financially sound. And once again, you got to contribute to the family that already exists. Okay. Not just that, I noticed that women don't abuse the things that they pay for themselves. I've never seen a bitch key her own car. I've never seen her want to burn her Louis Vuitton Birkin bag or Hermes, whatever the fuck. I've never seen them do that. Burn they weaves that they spend 500 or even 100 on. So that's just to keep the cheat off. And then also, in case you're crazy, it's prepaid legal, bitch. Prepaid legal. Because you ain't taking nothing. You got to come bringing something. Now, this is just, these are these things that you pick up from the game. And it makes sense. Because, fellas, nowadays, women have turned this shit into reverse pimp. Break yourself, nigga. Break yourself. Take me on $500 dates, even though you just met me, nigga. Nigga, that's a pimp saying break yourself. So no, we ain't doing that. Break yourself, bitch. Show that you are really serious about this and that you're not coming to cause problems and fucking up a nigga life. You know what I mean? So that's just me. And then, of course, for all the ladies, I ain't doing that. Good, bitch. I don't need additional problems. I'm not looking for this shit. I'm just recognizing the biblical validity of it and the prophecy of it. And it's billions of you bitches on the planet. So not everybody gonna have a seat at the end of musical chairs. So I'm just thinking about it. That's what the Lord shared with me. And like I said, I'm not looking for a bitch. I'm fine. I don't even give a fuck if I was by myself. That's what the fuck you got to do to be in my life. And so, fellas, take it with a grain of salt. Look it up yourself. Isaiah in the Old Testament, chapter 4, verse 1. Damn. Once again, I got daughters, so this shit is sad. Anyway, like I said, this is longer than what I intended. I just wanted to leave a little tidbit. You know what I mean? It's the Laughing Buddha, the 13th one of them ones. Often imitated, never duplicated, but most loved and respected. Marquez the greatest, y'all. Yeah.